On June 25, 1950, the peace of a fragile post-World War II world was shattered. North Korean forces, heavily backed by the Soviet Union, stormed across the 38th parallel in a massive surprise invasion of South Korea. Entire divisions, armed with Soviet tanks and artillery, swept down, quickly overwhelming South Korean defenses. For many Americans, still weary from World War II, it was a shock, another war, another crisis, but this time in a place few had heard much about. The US quickly realized the stakes. President Harry Truman and his advisors believed if communism spread unchecked in Korea, it would spread across Asia, toppling nations like dominoes. Within days, the US and United Nations forces entered the conflict to defend South Korea. But in those early weeks, it was nearly a disaster. American troops, many young, undertrained, and unprepared for Korea's rugged terrain, found themselves outgunned and overwhelmed. The North Koreans advanced rapidly, capturing Seoul within just 3 days. Panic set in across South Korea, as civilians fled southward. US forces were pushed back to a tiny defensive line around the southern port of Pusan, clinging desperately to survival. This desperate stand became known as the Pusan Perimeter, a last hope against total defeat. For Americans, the invasion was both terrifying and galvanizing. It felt like the world was suddenly slipping into another global war, just 5 years after World War II ended. Parents feared another draft, families worried about losing sons, and veterans questioned why America had to fight again. Yet at the same time, the invasion was seen as a test of American resolve to stand firm against communism and protect freedom abroad. The invasion of South Korea marked the explosive beginning of the Korean War. For the US, it was the start of a new kind of war, limited in scope but global in significance, fought not for conquest but for ideology.